you.
We love it when you are here. We're going to talk about your latest Christmas movie in just a second. But before we do that, I'd love to talk a little bit about the collaboration that you were doing with the Salvation Army, and what a wonderful collaboration this is.
It really is. This is my second year as the ambassador, and I've been shedding light on all the good Salvation Army does all across the country. I mean, they're in virtually every city across the country. And everyone sees those red kettles in the storefronts. You hear the bells ringing, but a lot of people don't know where that money goes. And so I want everyone to know that when you drop a dollar or quarter, whatever, into those red kettles, that money stays right in your local community. And that money goes on to serve those that are in need through meals, through shelter, financial and job training, daycare, rehabilitation.
Right.
So when you see that red kettle, know that that money is going right there, staying in your community.
It is so important, especially right now, and as a matter of fact, you brought one of those iconic red kettles with you today to our home, and our entire cast and crew, everybody got involved, as you can see right there.
That's great.
People are going by and putting as much as they possibly can in that kettle. Now, this is, by the way, the 129th season of the Red Kettle campaign. It started, obviously, a long time ago in 1891. So tell us a little bit about how this started and other ways that we can maybe contribute besides just dropping money in the kettle.
I would love it. So yes, this is one of the oldest and largest organizations, and this campaign started by a Captain Joseph McPhee, and he had committed to serving 1,000 people Christmas dinner in some of the most impoverished places in San Francisco back then, except he didn't have the money to serve those 1,000 meals. And he decided to take a big kettle and he put it at a ferry landing and wrote a sign and asked for donations. And he was able to raise enough money to be able to provide the food and the meals at Christmas time, and that's where it all started. So it has now been a tradition and what we know it as the Red Kettle campaign today.
I mean, you see them everywhere.
I know, and yes.
I feel like it's not Christmas until you see the kettle.
It's so true. And you know, they have such great people that are also like dancing, and they've got like choreographed moves. So sometimes it is so Instagram worthy because it's really fun. And you're having fun and you're doing good, and Salvation Army does so much good.
That's true. They've sort of made a show out of it now, but that's not the only way you can donate. There are other ways as well.
No, you can go to salvationarmyusa.org. You can also make a reoccurring monthly gift if you'd like, but you could also talk to Amazon's Alexa and say, hey Alexa, donate to Salvation Army, and then specify the amount. Or you can text kettles to 91999.
That's wonderful.
We make it really easy.
That's true. And every little bit counts. Don't ever feel like, oh, it's not enough. It's always enough.
It is always
enough. Always enough. All right, let's talk about Christmas Town. Now, you have a lot going on this holiday season. So Christmas Town, your latest Hallmark movie, you have been in, correct me if I'm wrong, but 20 Hallmark movies?
I'm going to correct you.
Oh, boy. How many?
It's 22.
All right, the 22 Hallmark movies. Christmas Town, your latest one. Remind us about this story and the message. It's a really beautiful message.
Yeah, it is. So I play a school teacher named Lauren, and she's on a new journey with her life, and she gets sidetracked into a little town called Grandin Falls, otherwise known as Christmas Town. And she meets so many wonderful people in this town that feel like community for the first time in her life. And we find out that she went through the foster care system her entire life, and she meets a very handsome man and a young boy named Dylan who's in the foster care system. So you can imagine what may happen. But we also, you know, in this movie, there's a scene where Lauren sees the red kettle and she donates to Salvation Army, and then that inspires her to have a clothing drive that is helping the community that she's in Grandin Falls. And so the movie really is all about giving and loving one another and finding family where you least expect it.
And that's the most important thing in life always, whether it's the holidays or not. Isn't that right? All right, we have a clip where Lauren and Travis are discussing the effects that Christmas Town has had on Lauren. We think it's good for her. Take a look.
My mom taught me to dance.
She taught you well.
How do you like your first Christmas in Grandin Falls?
Well, you all made me believe in the magic of Christmas. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you are beaming
I am.
all night.
Actually, I made a big decision. A couple of them, but I just can't tell anyone yet.
Oh, what big decision did she make?
Christmastown is what Lauren needed.
Yep.
Now, besides working with Salvation Army, besides working on Fuller House, besides shooting Christmas movies, do you have anything else that you're going to be doing over the holiday season? Because, I mean, you're kind of busy.
Not in the workplace. I'll be with my family the whole Christmas season. We're going to stay home, and my son Max is coming
Oh, I'm
back
so
home. I'm
excited.
so excited, and Lev will be home, and Natasha will be home, so I get all my kids at home and my husband, and we'll be cooking up a storm. And we are going to do our traditional Christmas morning at the homeless shelter and serve breakfast and share the gospel. And then we're gonna go to Uncle Kirk's house. We cook Christmas Eve, and then my brother cooks Christmas Day.
Well, I don't know about you, but this sounds like a storyline for a Hallmark movie.
It might be.
Should we send the cameras?
Yes.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all of them.
you. Thank you.
Everything.
To you too.
For more information about how you can support the Salvation Army, you can go to salvationarmyusa.org. And of course, you can see Candace in season 5 of Fuller House, which began streaming this week. And be sure to watch Christmastown, plus so many more of Candace's wonderful Christmas movies all season long. You know, just all of her movies, all 22 of them if you get a chance, right here on Hallmark Channel.